Well, hello everyone and welcome to Zombicide Black Plague. I am going to go through the special guest box, Stefan Kopinski, which has the 3 survivors and a survivor and Necromancer in it. So, let us begin, shall we? So we'll start off with Gak. He starts off with Reaper melee. I'm not a fan of Reaper. Never mind. So, let's see. He's got +1/3 move action, which is good. Bloodlust melee, which is actually even better. I love Bloodlust. Well, unfortunately this is a Bloodlust melee, so if you don't have a melee weapon, I'll be asking why you don't have a melee weapon with him. He's really a melee type user. Anyway, then you're kind of laughing. Anyway, next, yeah, I would literally go for the Bloodlust melee. +1/3 combat action, that's okay. Hit and run, which can be quite fun, especially when using Bloodlust melee. So you could use Bloodlust melee to go up to maybe 2 spaces, or until you hit a zombie attack, and then run away from them. You know, go completely straight through them. That's hilarious. Rotten can be a good skill if you need to, get to some place that you need to get to, or needs to be ignored. I can't go wrong. Rotten. I myself, yeah, let's go with Bloodlust. I myself would go for probably either hit and run or the +1/3 combat action. It all depends on what you're actually facing. Like for example, if there's abominations around, the Rotten can be much more handier. Or say if you're using the expansion of Wolfsburg, Rotten yet again can be very, very good. His body slot can be a short sword. That's about it. Something simple. So you kind of really always have a melee weapon handy. So let's have a look at his model, shall we? Yeah, it looks like a simple orc. Yeah, there you go. Don't know about his face though. Yeah, I don't really have much for that. It's just it's a simple orc. And that's it. Our next one is Miss Isabel. Yes, I do say Miss Isabel. If you have a look at the back of the box, which is right here, you'll find it's Miss Isabel, and not just Isabel. Hey, never mind. You can say Isabel or Miss Isabel. It's entirely up to you. So, what does she start with? She starts with an axe. I love people starting with axes. You have no idea how much frustration I get when I'm trying to destroy a door and it just won't break. Oh, something with an axe is just like, feels like a dream. You feel so satisfied where you can just open doors automatically just with one action. I love it. Okay, yes. Right, hopefully you've got some other awesome abilities. Let's see. +1 damage melee. Can't go wrong with that. Absolutely not. Reaper melee. I'm not a fan of Reaper melee, but the +1 damage melee? Yeah, I think so. Starting with an axe, +1 damage? Yeah, you can't go wrong. Right, +1 die in combat. That's really good. +1/3 combat action. That's pretty good. And taunt. A useful skill. Don't overlook it. I myself would, well, it kind of all depends. Yes, again, if you've got a lot of abominations on the board, perhaps. Or, yeah, again, if you're going for one of the expansions like Wolfsburg and you have the wolves, taunt can be really, really handy. But +1 die in combat, I think, trumps the +1/3 combat action. That's what I think anyway. So her body slot can hold an axe. So yeah, so no matter what, if you're got better weapons and all that, you may have a range weapon, you might have a awesome other type of melee weapon. Put the axe in the body slot, and you can still open those doors. Seriously, she's probably one of the best characters that I've seen. It's really, really good. The +1 damage melee, can't go wrong with as well with the orange. So let's have a look at her model, shall we? And here she is in all her glory, Miss Isabel, holding an axe, going, yep, I'm going to chop down everything kind of look. I like it, I really do. Come on, focus a bit more better, thank you, camera. Yeah, and no, seriously, it looks really, really good. I like. Nice. Next we have the Blackheart. He starts off with Zombie Link, and I can guarantee you that there's been many times where the extra activation card comes in early. I'm quite happy when I've got someone with Zombie Link straight away. Really happy. Right, so I got a +1 dice roll in Magic. That's really good. And is that all you got? It is. Don't get me wrong. It's a good kind of skill. But if you're going to be using magic, perhaps because you're more of a range, it might not be as good. So I would go for the +1 dice roll magic if you're going to be using this person as a magic user. Guess what? You're going to be using this person as a magic user. Right, +1/3 combat action. You can't go wrong with that. Reaper combat. Spellcaster is probably the best option right there. As I was saying, you're going to be using him as really a spellcaster. It's magic, so +1 dice roll magic and spellcaster. Job done. His body slot can be invisibility. So yeah, again, that's magic again. Excuse me. Which goes well with spellcaster again. Spellcaster allows you to use a combat magic or an enchantment magic extra free. There you have it. So yeah, try and find that invisibility. Going along with Zombie Link. Happy days, really. There's also something else. He comes with Necromancer cards. Yes, he is your Necromancer. Although you probably would have guessed that before I even opened a box. Even though it's kind of too obvious, actually. But anyway, let's find out what the Blackheart does as a Necromancer. Normal Necromancer rules, of course, plus a damage 2 or more attack or dragonfire is required to eliminate him. There you have it. Anyone with hammers can kill him, or other weapons that does 2 damage or more can kill him, or yeah, again, it just says dragonfire. His model, stop running around. Yeah, it's got a strange bent stuff. No, it's supposed to be like that. I can guarantee you that. I was a little bit worried when I first saw it, but it is supposed to be like that. And a sickle in his hand, looking upwards, probably quite happy with himself. Yeah, the model really does look more like the Necromancer instead of a survivor. But hey, you can use him as a survivor or a Necromancer, so that's a plus. Okay, so now we come up with Dritz, I mean Azure, sorry, you can easily get those two mixed up. D&D reference there. Right, so he starts off with Swordmaster. I'm not a fan of Swordmaster, especially when you start off with it. It's one of the worst skills ever. I mean, how many times are you going to try and find a weapon that doesn't have dual straight from the start, and then you got to find another one? I mean, come on, really? Ugh, I hate this skill. So that's an unfortunate thing. You know what would make Swordmaster better? It would be like, so any weapons, any melee weapons you could dual wield. If they already have the dual wield symbol, then perhaps get some kind of bonuses. I mean, come on, just make it better. Right, next. +1 die in combat. Yeah, that would work well with Swordmaster, you know. +1 free move action. So you can actually just keep moving, keep wandering around. Maybe there might be some hope. But looking back at Swordmaster, no, there isn't. There really isn't. And it just gets worse from the body slot, but we'll come back to that. Right, +1 die in combat. Okay, that's good. Hit and run. Yeah, I can go along with that with the +1/3 move action as well. Going into zombies, attack them and run away. Reaper combat. I'm not a fan of Reaper. Never am. So really, what's there is the +1/3 combat and hit and run. Otherwise, if you have got some decent weapons, then go for the combat dice in combat and +1 die in combat. So you can really start killing things quite quickly and easily. I mean, it's hilarious if you get 2 greatswords. Right, so the body slot, a longbow. Yeah. I mean, after all that time going for Swordmaster and Reaper as well, hit and run. Well, that's Reaper combat actually, but hit and run. I mean, come on, make up your mind. This character was supposed to be really good, but it kind of is a letdown, and that's a real shame, really. So if you have a look at the model, I think it looks fantastic. Look at that, all the details and the armor and the swords, the bow on his back. Okay, he's got everything. He's just let down as a kind of a meh character. Oh, even I wouldn't say I am really going to be playing him every single time. No, I can't even say that. No, not good. Ugh. So that was the special guest of Stefan Kopinski. What do I think of this? Well, so you have the 4 survivors and a necromancer in there. Well, when I say 4 survivors, you've got like one of them could be a necromancer. So that's good bonus right there. I mean, having more necromancers can really make the game challenging and interesting at the same time. Miss Isabel is probably the best character in that pack. I mean, congratulations on that. I am really pleased with her. Gak, I mean, you know, it's not that bad, you know. It's not bad. Okay, he's got Reaper melee. I'm not a fan of Reaper melee. And the Blackheart, I quite like, you know. Starting off with Zombie Link could be a hit and miss, as perhaps all those extra activation zombie cards are right at the very bottom of the zombie deck. Oh, well. And then you got the main character right in the front. Well, it's not really a main character, it's just like the front page character. Azure. This is a complete letdown. Oh, no. Why? Ooh. Right, so get, don't get. That's a difficult choice. I wouldn't recommend getting this. Right, if you're just starting out, I wouldn't recommend getting it. Not right now, anyway. I mean, the other 3 characters are good. Well, Miss Isabel is one of the best there is. I like her a lot. And the Blackheart, I mean, you can't go wrong with that. Like I said, having another Necromancer can be quite fun and challenging. But I wouldn't be surprised if you don't get this or just get this later. I really wouldn't be surprised at all. Well, anyway, that's all I have for this. Thank you very much for listening. Bye.